Tonight, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 12. How are you going to watch the show tonight? And some of you probably figured out, how do I watch the show tonight? We're going to talk about all that shit on Out of Nowhere and then some. Oh, you dirty rats. Welcome to Out of Nowhere, episode 83, I think. Maybe it's, no, it's 84. It's 84. Episode number 84 tonight. Getting ready for Wrestle Kingdom 12. Pull your privates out, let me see your dick. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. United States title in New Japan Pro Wrestling on the line. A little bit of other news from WWE. And I did something I said I wouldn't do. I went and saw goddamn Star Wars again, but only because my son wanted to see it. And let's bring in Jake DeMarco, see if this is working. Jake, you hear me? This working for you, Jake?
No.
That sucks, but at least you can hear me. I thought I was...
I can now hear you.
Okay, good. So, let me see here. All right, there. Oh, sorry, Tommy. Oh. So, yeah. So this is going to be some kind of night, man. People are just, like, flooded with messages about where people are going to watch it. And the thing...
I mean, people are upset with Jericho at the same time, too. Like, it's a crazy night. Indeed.
Why are they mad at Jericho?
A few people actually sent me this because he went ahead and he posted on his Instagram a picture of him and, two fallen brothers, which he dedicated his match to, being Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. It was a fan drawing of, Benoit and Guerrero behind him and Jericho front and center. So he put it up on Instagram saying, I really like this fan art by whoever wrote or illustrated the picture. And he said, I dedicate tomorrow's match to the fallen brothers.
Why are people mad about that?
People are upset that he included Benoit.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why people are upset, but then again, I've never had a best friend of mine do something as horrific as Benoit did. Well, and if you listen back to Benoit, Jericho, he's made it very clear on how he feels about Benoit, and it weighs heavily on his mind and his spirit and how upset he is, and he's so very torn because it was his best friend for so long and how he could do something.
But yeah, I mean, dude, to Jericho, obviously Jericho doesn't really know exactly what led him to do this or what happened. To Jericho, it's just a tragedy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If Benoit had been in his if Benoit just randomly just was like, I'm mad and he killed his family, that would be like, all right, like you would probably be like, well, my best friend was an evil piece of shit. But you don't really know exactly what's up with Benoit. although the studies of his brain tell a story of something that wasn't right. So it's kind of like did you ever? It's like Star Wars. Did you ever watch Star Wars and at the end, you know what I mean? Smile when Luke saw Anakin or his father, you know, redeemed. You know, would you not ever think like, oh, my dad? You know, would you just want to erase him from everything? I guess. I mean, I don't know. The guy murdered kids and murdered people and did all this crazy shit, and he wasn't even as crazy maybe as Benoit might have been with his wires crossed in his brain. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah,
we're not friends.
It's a difficult situation. There is no good or bad. It's a very gray area situation. I sent you the picture.
It's his friend. To me, it's up to Jericho. I'm not going to criticize Jericho for what he knows about Benoit and what he like lived through with these guys, and judge him when I don't know a fucking thing about what he did with Benoit and what they did and what it could mean to him. You know, so I can't say that. I think it's off limits for me. If WWE does something, that's different, you know, because whatever. But for Jericho, it's a little different. And
absolutely, Jericho, you know, like PS Carnivore just.
I'd rather stay out of it. It's the few time I'd rather stay out of it. You know what I'm getting at, Jake? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yeah, no. PS Carnivore just made a great point, and you know, Jericho says himself, when I talk good about Benoit, I'm talking about my friend, not the murderer. You know, the dichotomy between the two is such a drastic point of contention, but it's such a vast difference of, you know, the last 72 hours of his life versus the rest of his life. So
let me get this donation up so we can hear what this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. You got to see this one.
See it to believe it.
You know, I saw Star Wars tonight, and again,
yeah. You went with Gavin for
it was better
your second viewing.
It was better the second time. I wasn't as angry.
I still want to see the second time as well for that exact same reason.
It really,
a lot of people say that.
I'm not kidding, because like I was like, "Fuck you!" It was better. I said that to everybody who said that. Everybody said, "Oh, it was better the second time," and I went, "No, get the fuck out of here." And I went, and I'm not kidding. I thought it was better the second time. Although I did notice that even more females were in control of everything. And
yeah, you kind of pick up on that
like
a little bit more.
The squadron leader of the bombers was a woman. The girl who pushes the buttons, a woman. All the women on the bridge are like in control of something, and they're all women. And there's like a couple guys in the background, like. So I thought that was pretty funny.
The only evil woman I should say is Gwendolyn Christie's character too. You notice that? Like they're all good women.
Oh yeah, they're all just. It's like amazing. Like they're all
just, with the resistance. There's none with the
No, there's a woman. There's a woman with the First Order. She's yeah, she has a couple speaking lines on the bridge. I mean, she's white, of course, but
maybe I missed that. Yeah.
So I mean, it was second viewing. It still was SJW Wars, but the funniest thing was all the previews before it. I was watching all the previews. There were 6 previews that played before Star Wars, and guess what? 5 out of the 6 previews, the main character of every movie was a woman. It was all like, wow, you have something special about you. This robotic chick, Olivia or a Via something, the battle droid or something. So that was a female robot. And then Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. And then there was another one which was like mechanics fighting or something, like in weird, I don't know what it was, battle something, mechanisms or something. And like you could see she had a cloth over her face, and then like they kept focusing on her, and I was like, oh, she's the main this is the main character. I was like, oh, it's a girl, it's a woman. But yeah, so it's just funny there was like no men, but there was one Alpha, I think it was called, with like some guy in it was like,
oh yeah,
Buffalo.
It's like Mesopotamian times, and he's trying to survive.
Yeah. There was that one. I was like, oh look, a movie with a guy in it. And I was not interested in it at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I like the woman ones better, actually, to be honest.
He befriended a wolf. Whoopee shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that preview the other day when we went to go see Jumanji. That was literally the most egregious amount of previews I've ever seen in my life. They showed 10 in a row.
God.
I was like, this is what YouTube's for. The movie was like 25 minutes late starting. It was just like preview after preview. I was like, oh my God.
I know we're going to talk about wrestling here tonight, but I just had to kind of rattle these feelings off my chest. And I know that I buried Star Wars. I made multiple videos about how SJW it was. And, you know, I never used to be someone who thought about movies like that, by the way. I used to just go to the movie. In fact, my former co-host used to say to me all the time, don't you see? And I was like, dude, how can you even live life like this? What are you doing? But I saw it so bad in this one. But the second viewing, I didn't see it that way, and there was a part of me, because remember, guys, I am somewhat of You know, I want to be a liberal. You know, I mean, my heart, my body wants to be a liberal, but I don't want to be the liberal that I'm seeing right now, which is a bunch of assholes.
You don't want to be a liberal cuck. You just want to be.
But so it did make me smile, almost like it was like Star Trek. Like I was like, it's so cool to see, like, you know, Asian people are in the movie, and aliens and women and black women and black men and white guys and and everybody. And the thing that I liked about it, it gave me this like little feeling, which I can't believe I'm admitting this, because the other day I was burying the fuck out of this movie, like fucking SJW horse shit. But I did get a little feeling in the movie that was just in my own mind, where I said, it's so nice to see everybody working together, like to try, you know what I mean? Like everyone was working together, even the aliens and shit. And so it was weird. It's like I saw the movie from a whole different fucking point of view. It's really weird. And then I watched Kevin Smith review of the movie, and I thought Kevin Smith was just gonna shit on it. I thought Kevin Smith was gonna fuck this movie's ass in this review that I saw the other day, and then he didn't.
He went on for like an hour and a half.
It was an hour and a half, dude. It's like 2 million views, and he loved it. He said there were problems, but I loved it. But anyway, I'm gonna go into a whole nother. I'm doing another whole video on Star Wars, because I've got a whole nother retrospect on this fucking movie now. I went from absolutely shocked, I wanted to throw up, and now I've got a sort of a different viewpoint that I want to throw in there with my anger. I even tweeted out earlier today that I'm never going to another fucking movie again. You know, fuck these movies. And I wasn't saying that to be a crybaby or to be like one of these people. I wasn't trying to be like a snowflake, you know what I mean? Like you call the left snowflakes all the time. I wasn't trying to be a snowflake by saying like, oh, I'm never going to another movie. No, I legitimately felt sad. And if you watch Mark Hamill's interviews about this movie, he looks sad and just depressed. And Kathleen Kennedy or whatever, she's like, oh, he's great in the movie. He's great in the movie. And Mark Hamill's like, okay, like, and he's like, shit, like,
Mark Hamill was
wow.
like, this is not how I saw Luke Skywalker. This is not how, you know, the Luke I thought I would be playing. And a lot of people came down on him saying, oh, why? Because you wanted to be the main character and the ultimate badass. And he's like, that's not it. That's not what I wanted. I just don't feel like this was the Luke that would have, you know, been so much older and wiser and more adept in the way he would have handled things.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway,
like, oh, you just wanted to be the main character.
I just wanted to get. No, yeah, he didn't want to do that. He just wanted to be the character he recognized. But
exactly.
But anyway,
people have to blame for
you know what? Me and Jake are going to talk about it later, because we've already done 5 videos on Star Wars. We're going to do another one.
This question I have for you also relates to wrestling too. But do you think it's our fault sometimes as fans that we look too far into things, or we get too built up, or you know, we put too much stock into little details? Sometimes,
but what you can't do, like if you're talking about Star Wars, you can't argue that certain things were set up in the other movie a certain way, and you know it's completely unconventional to do sort of what they did, because
exactly
they really didn't follow the rules, and it wasn't seemingly in a good way, but it is kind of, I think sometimes on your second and third viewing maybe. But there's still issues. Things happen, but you know, I want to move on because people don't want to hear wrestling. But I mean,
yeah, well,
this shit.
But wrestling, one of the biggest problems I have, you know, like with Star Wars, they set things up in the previous iteration that they didn't either answer or they completely ignored in this version. You know, the episode 8. That's the problem I have with wrestling. You know, they'll start a storyline, they won't finish it, or they'll go ahead and they'll see somebody take off, and that character will be really interesting and people will like them, and then they'll forget about them entirely. And speaking of which, this is the first story I wanted to get into with you. Apparently, there's big plans for Rusev with Rusev Day, and that's one of the things I wanted to address early on. You know, they kickstarted the U.S. Championship tournament a couple weeks back after Ziggler relinquished the title, and now I guess they're saying they're planning a face turn for Rusev. Dave Meltzer also notes that they're deciding on having a U.S. title tournament to catapult Rusev to the top. In addition to this, even though Rusev is not in the tournament, he could end up winning the title and turning babyface. I'm okay with that.
Wow.
Between crowd reaction, I'd like to see him be more of like a tweener, like not full face, but leaning more that way.
He's also funny when he talks. I mean, he's always been funny when he talks, when he just goes off on rants, and he's like, I tell you what you're going to do. You're going to shut your mouth. Like, and it's just funny when he talks like that. But you know what I'll say is, it's all fun right now. But the WWE's track record with stuff like this, at least recently, is that while we all love him right now and are pushing for him, the minute that the WWE gets behind him and starts actually getting creative for him, they're going to ruin it. Because from what I can see right now, and especially the last few weeks, it's been like, yeah, go out there and do that Rusev Day thing, whatever. Like, we're working on this stuff. And it's almost like an afterthought, but he was given some leeway to, here, do the Rusev Day thing, whatever. It's a lazy, stupid thing. And now it's caught on, and now they're going to start paying attention to it because now it means something. And it's literally the same way it goes every time. Remember We the People with Swagger? We the People, or whatever the hell they said. And then it was great, and then WWE started focusing on it, and then what happened? What, Leah? Yeah, they'll ruin it. That's what they do it every time. They
came out with those anti, Del Rio racist videos.
Yeah, and then what they did was Zeb Coulter and Del Rio, and just all went to hell. But all they needed to do was come out there with those fucking capes. That's all people wanted. That's all they wanted was Jack Swagger and Cesaro to come out there and say, "We the people," with the capes on, and then like whip the capes off and be goofy. That's all the people fucking wanted. And the
just a little bit of fun.
And the second that the backstage motherfucking writing team or Vince or whoever realized, oh, there's something going on here, well, let's put our hands into it now. Well, then it turned to shit. It's every single time. Or they kill it, Wade Barrett style. Like, Leah, what?
It's because people aren't paying attention to what they want them to pay attention to.
Well, no, I don't think that's it. See, I don't even think that. I think that's it's that way with Zack Ryder. It's that way with Barrett. Those guys were in the way of Roman Reigns, so they got rid of him. But with Jack Swagger and those type of things, I don't think they're in the way. I think that they just can't write this shit. They're stupid.
Yeah, they can't keep the magic going. They find the one thing that gets the person over, but rather than build on it, they just focus on it and dig it in till it gets old and redundant and no one wants to hear it. The New Day were like that in the beginning, and no one gave a shit about them. And it wasn't until they kind of went off the script and made things their own that the crowd started to get behind them, per se. When they, got Francesca and they started different chants and they got really into the gyrating hips and, all the crazy shit. That's what made them, more enjoyable. So
yeah, and that was what they added that to the gimmick. It's because it's it's like, oh, they've already got the gimmick sort of, but it's bland and it wasn't very good. And then they were, because there's different ways to go about it. Like Rusev Day, this is the opposite of the New Day. This is like, with the New Day, it was like, I see you guys going out there and being like, it's the New Day, yes it is, like, and that type of thing. And then they added all their little nuances to it, and that propelled it. But this with Rusev Day, it's more like, hey, we came up with this idea, like I could say, Rusev Day, we're going to celebrate Rusev Day. And then they start doing that, and then they do it again, and hey, some people like it, like, let's keep doing it. And then eventually they're like, yeah, go out and do that Rusev Day, just do that, I don't care. And now they do care, so now look out. Just like Matt Hardy, it's like, Matt Hardy might be in the back saying, hey, I got this idea for this dimensional battle, Vince, where we could battle in this weird...
get out there and laugh,
just get out there, just give me that, can you give me that laugh? Can you do that laugh again? And it's like, make sure you go out there and say Rusev Day, and then say Rusev Day again. And it's like they just beat you over the head with the one-liner or with the whatever the fuck the catchphrase is or whatever. And it's like, you people really suck. And I liken it to the Star Wars movie that I just watched, because after watching it a second time, there is some character development that happens through the characters doing things a little bit, but not really. This movie, Star Wars, is like they're doing things, but there's not a lot of character development, really. They're just kind of doing things. So it's entertaining to watch them doing things, but you don't really see a person really grow like a whole lot. I mean, you get a little snippet of it. And that's the thing in WWE in the writing now. Week to week, you would watch with interest of what the character's going to do next and where they're going to go and what's going to happen. And that's like what WWE's like a lot of times now. It's just kind of like, go out there, say the line, do the thing, and then go back again and repeat. And there's no interesting
shuck and jive and take your titles.
Or they just beat you over the head with it. So instead of Rusev growing a little bit now and like being put into interesting things, and then having the Rusev Day in the background, because the Rusev Day thing's already over. But instead of doing that, they'll just make him go out and just do it more, too much, and it'll be overblown, and then it'll be over quick. Because
nowhere is this more evidently obvious too right now than to me with the Riot Squad. That they're so, concerned with sticking to a routine with their characters that they're not allowed to go ahead and stray from the norm. They're not allowed to add anything to themselves. You know, Ruby Riott has to be the anti, government established kind of person, that whole kicking down the man type thing.
Yep.
Liv Morgan kind of really doesn't have much of an identity. And Sarah's a fucking psychopath. So
yeah, Sarah's weird out there. I mean, she could go. They could if they could push her in one way or the other, she could get better. But you know what's weird is Star Wars. I keep bringing Star Wars up because I saw it again tonight. And the more I was watching Star Wars tonight again for the second time, the more I thought, man, this is so like WWE. Because in Star Wars tonight, like, I realized they said the word hope about 8 times in the movie, maybe 9 times, and it started annoying me. Like, because they were like, something about hope, and then someone else needed hope, and then we need hope, and he could be our hope, and this could be our hope, and you are our last hope, and help me, Obi-Wan, I'm your only hope, and that plays, and then there's hope again, and all hope is lost without you, and hope, and it gets said 9 or 10 times, and you're like, I get it. At the end of the,
we need to stay faithful.
by the end of the movie, you're like, oh, they need hope. But that's what they've been talking about all this whole fucking movie. And that's what the WWE does, like, whoa, yes. Ah,
yeah. And then they're trying to be symbolic and convey, what's to come. It's just, they're missing a bit. It's just, there's not enough synergy to make things stretch out week to week.
They're not quite there, Jake. They're just not, I got to play these donations, but they're not quite there. Like, they even when they have something like Hardy, which is good, it's not hitting on all cylinders the way it should.
Yeah, Matt Hardy's already foreshadowing about, the Great War and what's to come. You don't need to keep him saying it. You need to back up those actions by getting him out there and making him, become believable. So,
well, let's play one of these and see what's up. We got this first one's great. Let me try to replay that one. Or maybe
shit bomb.
It's gotta be Dolphin. Here's 5 Dolphin doll hairs. Love to Joe, Jake, Ken.
Here's 5 Dolphin. Oh, yeah.
Nut bunnies.
Yo, what's up, Dolphin? Thanks for the $5 and for becoming a $5 shit bum. Dolphin, appreciate you supporting the channel, man, supporting Out of Nowhere and all the shows that we do here. Definitely, you are helping to fund the night. We'll see if we get funded tonight, baby. But it looks like we are getting funded tonight. Thank you very much. We'll see what happens. Wrestle Kingdom 12. It's coming, guys. We're going to talk about the different ways you can watch it and where you guys are going to be watching it versus where I might be watching it. Will I be able to stay up and make it to watching it? Yeah. We'll see about that. Firefly Musings. The Talk is Jericho episode with Nancy Benoit's sister is a sad but fascinating podcast. If you haven't listened to it,
hard to listen to.
Highly recommended. You know what? I haven't heard it yet. And you're supposed to, life's supposed to be about forgiveness and try to understand things sometimes. And from Jericho's perspective, he doesn't know what happened to his friend. So I could see him being lost, here. And he was, maybe, I don't know. It's such a weird situation. Like, do you
the
tweet
podcast with him and Chavo Guerrero is like that as well. It's a bit hard to listen to. Everything that went down with Benoit, how Chavo was trying to get hold of,
I'm fucking Bobby Roode! Triple H wants to fuck me! Glorious!
Hey Joe,
Hey.
Jake, and everyone else. Just wanted to pop in, say hi, and that I love you all. Have 2 questions for ya, Joe and Jake. How close are you to giving up on Woke and Matt Hardy?
Woken.
Are you going to do a review on Wrestle Kingdom?
Hey, JP Baker, I am absolutely going to do a review of Wrestle Kingdom at JP Baker. Thank you for the $24 and dropping the big time Kenny freaking Omega on me. Oh, I'm sorry, Bobby Roode on me. Oh, man, I got Wrestle Kingdom on the mind, see? He dropped the Bobby Roode, and I'm
get it in the brain.
I'm like, Kenny Omega, man, let's go. By the way, guys, you can buy my T-shirts on the Teespring's website. Nightbot is whoring it out in the chat all night as well. If you want to donate tonight, the link is in the description down below. You can super chat over there. Don't know if they're working yet, but I'll try to show them. And here comes Kane. It's Broken Fucking Lion.
It's Kane and I'm donating.
Woken.
Hey Joe, Jake, I haven't watched Raw in 2 weeks, so I don't know if
call.
Matt and Bray have a match at Royal Rumble. But what if they have Matt and Bray start off the Rumble, Bray at 1, Matt at 2?
Yeah, we said
and
that.
the final 2 in the match, Nakamura and Matt, who you want to win?
Well, let me say something. I didn't come up with 1 and 2. No death, thank you. I said that Bray Wyatt's going to be in there alone and Matt Hardy's going to come out. And I said that would be cool.
Give it a hell yeah!
To see them kind of face off in the Rumble, kind of like Stone Cold and Bret Hart almost. That would be a really cool moment. Like, I think the place in Philly would go crazy. I think WWE has to do that. I don't know how, but they have to do it. Mustang Jerry. Nice sweater, Joe. Just had to make the Death Star white, didn't you? Racist white privilege. Well, the Death Star. Well, no, you got it backwards, dickhead, because the Death Star's white because white people are evil. So it's of course the Death Star's white because white people are bad. Don't you get it? It's reversed.
Shit bum.
How's your fucking neck? You motherfucker, you. Lol, shout out to Foul Mouth Ken.
Hey, what's up, Awandi? Thanks for the $5 and for becoming a $5 shit ball, motherfucker.
I saw Wandy chiming in to Foul Mouth tonight. They were putting on a good show. How's your fucking neck? You know?
Oh.
Yeah, so with New Japan going on tonight, one of the ways you can watch is you can go to njpwworld.com. They have an English broadcast available as well. It's a subscription service. I believe it's $9.99 a month. But the start time is 3 a.m. Eastern for the actual Wrestle Kingdom 12 card. But the opening match, which is similar to WWE's Royal Rumble in terms of format, that starts at 2 a.m. Eastern. That's 4 p.m. in Japan. The bout for the opening match is similar to WWE's Royal Rumble, except participants must be pinned or submitted to be eliminated instead of thrown over the top rope. The participants have not been announced ahead of time, but it should consist of wrestlers not on the main card. So, along with some legends as well, they're saying.
Wow, that should be interesting.
Yeah, it's got a 60-minute time limit, but it's just like a Royal Rumble, except you got to be pinned or tap out. So,
man, I wish
that's a cool format.
I wish it was JR tonight. I really do. Instead, I got to listen to Kevin
Kelly. They will be calling it, but that's on Access TV, right?
Yes.
That's what it is?
Yeah. Saturday, I think.
Yeah. I mean, there's quite a bit going on in terms of this card. So, I mean, they got the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championship. They got Roppongi 3K versus the Young Bucks. Then we see the Bullet Club versus Chaos versus Michael Elgin and War Machine and Suzuki Gun versus Taguchi Japan. So
you know
that's
who,
going to be a gauntlet match.
You know, War Machine's in that match. One of the members of War Machine is the guy who trained me to wrestle.
Yeah, you were saying that's crazy. So
Mr. Hansen.
Cody, versus Kota Ibushi. That's going to be a special singles match.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, Mr. Cody Rhodes. And then we have the Killer Elite Squad.
By the way, he beat the shit out of me, if anybody wants to know.
Killer Elite Squad versus Sonata and Evil. That's for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. And then we have a hair versus hair match. Then we've got Marty Scurll versus Will Ospreay versus Kushida versus Hiromu Takahashi. Excuse me. I was messing these names up.
Here we go, baby.
Yeah, and then Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. So
Tetsuya Naito.
And then Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Switchblade for the Intercontinental Championship before that. And obviously, as we know, Jericho and Omega is a no disqualification match with a 60-minute time limit for each match tonight. But
yeah,
both stars are seen, as top wrestlers in the world today. I think it's going to be certainly one to remember. I'm really excited about this.
This is going to be a hell of a night, baby. I mean, are you ready to come? Do you have your private parts in your hand right now? I mean,
hey, I'm ready to go. Between the blizzard coming tomorrow, we'll be up late. That's for sure.
Look at this card. Yeah, I mean, we're in trouble tonight, man. I mean, I think it starts at like 5 a.m. or something.
No, 2 a.m. is the Battle Royal.
I mean the blizzard.
Oh, the blizzard. Yeah, the blizzard's starting at 5.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, so
blizzard here starts at 5. Supposed to get bad at 7.
I went to CVS, bro. There's no milk anywhere. I went looking for milk.
I was trying to be helpful. I took my mother to the grocery store today. She had to go get just a few things, and that turned into a 2.5-hour trip. So it was ridiculous. Everything looks like it's the apocalypse and end of times around here. You figure New England, citizens would be used to this by now.
We are used to it. You know what it is? It's just people are lazy. Like they wait till the last minute. They go,
wait
whatever.
Till the last second.
Even I did it. Like, because at first they were like, oh, this 6 to 8 inches, and it was like, whatever. And then it was like 12 inches, and then it was like, oh, it's going to be a blizzard. And hurricane
now we're
winds.
looking at 14 to 18 inches.
Yeah, like I saw my chart on my house is like 18 and above, and blizzard conditions and up to 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
Yeah,
So-
we have at least minimum 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. That's the worst part of it all. That's what takes down power lines.
Yep. And I'm on the coast,
I
dude.
could
So
deal
with
with the
this
snow,
water, to get out of where I live, there's this like there's only one road, and it's right near the seawall. And so if the water splashes over like it does sometimes, you're just trapped on a peninsula.
Yeah, you're done for it because then it freezes too and turns
It's
into
what
a straight
happens.
block of ice.
It's happened before, so it's like this is crazy. So I went out and I bought like three mega chargers. I mean, I bought one mega charger and I have two already. I had two already, so I have three now. So like one of them charges your cell phone up to 100 hours, like after it's fully charged. So you can charge your cell phones like 8 times with it. And then I've got two other pretty powerful ones, and got a heater. My mother brought over a heater from her work because she works at a place with like heating stuff.
Oh, nice.
So we got that. Then I got flashlights, and I'm just like, I bought this power pack. By the way, thanks to everybody who donates, because otherwise, obviously, I wouldn't be able to buy this shit. I bought a charging station, so if the power were to go out right now, like everything just fucking went out, I should have, according to the box, with all the equipment running here, I should get about 45 minutes of power still. So my router should stay on, this shit should stay on, and I technically could be on while all the power in the house is out. So, and that's the surge protector plus the battery power. So that could buy me some time someday too. So definitely thank you guys for all the support with the donations that you guys give, and with everybody's support on Patreon and everything. You guys obviously make the show what it is. So here we are, as a certain Mustang driving motherfucker would remind you. But I don't know how I can drive my car because I can't pay my bills, I guess.
I know, you just got that repo man constantly knocking down your door.
Let me play some of these donations here. Speaking of money, WC Mikey says, if the plan was for Ziggler to drop the belt, why have him win it?
Yeah,
I'm confused about where he fits into this whole thing.
and if the plan was to build up Rusev, why not have him in the tournament?
Yeah, right?
You know,
well, is he going to show up in the Rumble and win the Rumble? People have been saying that again. Like, oh, if Dolph's going to win the Rumble. Like,
I don't see that happening.
maybe that was the stipulation with his contract. Remember you said there was like some weird...
that they didn't want him to leave, and they offered him, I guess, quite
Why?
a bit.
Why didn't they want him to leave? What is he doing?
I think they just don't want to see anyone go elsewhere at this point. I think Vince just finds it like a sense of spite that he knows he would be a big draw on the independent scene.
What do you guys think if they can renew the feud with Decay by bringing them in, or have
Decay. Well, one of the guys hired
Sanity have the same kind of feud with the Hardys as they did with Decay #ITS time for our broken leader to delete all the spot mokies in WWE.
Broken Lion, thank you so much for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bomb. I think that they tried to... Crazy Steve was going to come to the WWE, and then that didn't happen, Broken Lion. And I don't exactly know what happened, because I reached out to him, and I said, hey, could I ask you some questions, or would you like to come on the show? And he denied it. So I don't know what's going on with him, but I know it for a while he was like, yeah, I'm looking at WWE, and then he really didn't want to answer anything else, and then said, whatever, and then ignored me. So I think that means that he's not going to WWE, but he had a hint that he was going to do that, and I don't know what Crazy Steve is doing now. So I don't know, to be honest, what he's doing. I just didn't care. After that, I didn't care. I was like, all right, you don't want to come on the show, and it's been a couple months. I don't care anymore. Fuck it. And I just forgot about it. So I'm not sure, and I haven't seen anything on him either, really. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. We got, who was that?
That was Broken Line.
Oh, that was Broken Line. Okay, good. We're caught up. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Shout out to Jasmine Roberts. Happy birthday.
Oh, Jasmine, happy birthday.
I think she said in 10 minutes, but this way we don't forget. So happy early birthday.
Almost birthday. We're coming. We're coming up. It'll be your birthday, and you'll be watching New Japan, maybe.
It's a pants party.
I'm trying to sign up on their app again, and it's just a pain in the balls. But I'm gonna try to get it.
It's a real ball cruncher. The thing is, I want everybody keep in mind too. They do it differently. It's not like WWE Network where you get 30 days from where you signed up. If you sign up today, your subscription recharges on the 31st of January, and it goes to the end of the month. So if you signed up on the 30th of January, they'd charge you again on the 31st.
It's just like Patreon.
Exactly. So just keep that in mind if you don't want to continue the subscription past today. Why you wouldn't, I'm not sure, but if you don't want to, you know, that's just something to be aware of.
I think Tajiri's going to come out, like this guy said, number 30. I think, yeah, Tajiri's going to come out, and he's going to green mist somebody. And then the next guy's going to come up to him and be like, oh, you got no more green mist left. What are you going to do, bitch? And then Tajiri's going to whip out his privates and just spew it all over the guy's face. And he'll give him the fucking crusty white mist.
And then Jim Cornette will run out and whip his dick out.
Hey, Jim Cornette.
He won't be in the Rumble. He's just going to have security chasing behind him. He's just
such a pussy. Jim Cornette, you're a pussy. If you're listening, Jim, you fucking queer.
And I
let me just play this.
Hey, you suck Joe Cronin's dick, fucking faggot.
Fuck you, Jim Cornette. Why don't you go run away from Santino again, you fuck? And then get mad at me because I tweeted you to come on the show to hash it out. You pussy. Call me Howard Stern wannabe? Well, you're a fucking male wannabe. You think you're a man, but you're not. Pull down your pants and there's a big fucking vag there. Friends with your fucking bowling friend who can't hold a job with a co-host because everybody hates his guts when they find out he's a lying sack of shit. Go sell some fucking headphones, you retard.
I got my Beats.
I got my, like anybody who buys those? Nobody buys those.
And they're knockoffs.
And nobody buys knockoff things with your name slapped on it. I mean, maybe some like fucking goddamn special needs meathead from the
some
UK.
Kevin Scampoli wannabe.
Some idiot buys those off you, and that's it. Nobody else would. Just go try to fight Santino. Hey, he's trying to fight me. Oh, I'll never get over that video, man. That was the one. That whole video is the reason why why Jim Cornette hates me. All because I just tweeted him as a joke. Like you know what it is? I think he realized that I was making fun of him because I was kind of making fun of them. I said
that's what he caught on to.
I was like, hey, why don't you come on the show? And they didn't answer me. So then I tweeted $signs at them and stuff. Like, you know, you poor guys, you need some money. Like, you missed it. Let me pay for the show you missed. You know, and yeah. So then I think that was what it is, and that's why I got all butthurt and shit. But which match are you looking forward to the most tonight at Wrestle Kingdom? I mean, I think it's got to be Kenny and
yeah. I mean, that's obviously number one.
But Okada's match. I mean, like Okada, like that's gonna be really good. Cody, like it's all such what a card, what a lineup here.
It's really stacked overall. I mean, Young Bucks will put out another great performance as well. We've got the Bullet Club still to see with Marty Scurll. It's just, I don't think it's going to disappoint anywhere. I think every match is going to be good in its own right.
Right.
And especially the way they build things up, too. You know, they've been planning a lot and planting the seeds for these matches for months now. Some things go even as far as almost a year out. So that's one of the things that I miss so drastically is long-term booking. You know, I liked it when we had, remember how I went back and actually started watching some of this the other day when we had Jericho and HBK. Remember how long of a feud that was?
Yeah, but you know what?
How it built towards Mania.
I don't mind I like long-term builds, but I don't like long-term booking because I feel like they do long-term booking. I feel like they know what they want to do, and then for like 3 months they plot around it. For 3 months they plot around it. But maybe
that's what I'm meaning then. Maybe it's just not the right term. But, you know, I like long-term builds. Not so much booking, but builds. When they build up towards something and then you get a good payoff. You know, when you see a lengthy feud that culminates in some epic finale. That's what I miss. When you would see, you know, it starts off, they you know, they don't hate each other initially. Then they get into it. They get into a scuffle. They have a one match, you know, where they, you know, the so-and-so wins, they go ahead, and a little bit down the line, then they meet up again, then the feud reignites, and then, you know, it leads to the rubber match, and it just, you know, things progress naturally. It's just, we don't see that nowadays. It's just, oh, well, I fought you, and well, now we're going to face each other again on Raw for the 9th time in a row.
For the 1,000,000th time.
That's part of the reason the brand split is hurting them as well. So there's not enough, you know, diversity on the rosters for them to face different people either.
It's just so annoying to see the same matches every week, and now they're going to have a pay-per-view match, I guess, and less storytelling than they've ever had before. Yeah, and it's just like, god damn.
I mean, how many times have we seen in 2017 alone the Bar face the Shield? in some way, shape, or form, either in tag or singles competition. It's nauseating when you think about it.
I'm so sick of those guys wrestling.
Other big news coming out today. Daniel Bryan's had an interview. Where was it? I had it pulled up before. But it basically, he said that if I don't wrestle by WrestleMania, I won't be wrestling at all with WWE. And it was Justin Barrasso from Weekend Wrestling, that's right, for Sports Illustrated. And he was speaking to Daniel Bryan, and he went ahead and Daniel said quite a few interesting tidbits in this interview. But one of the things he said is, I assume that if I don't wrestle by WrestleMania, I probably won't be wrestling with WWE at all. That's my assumption. Bryan accepts that his potential return to a WWE ring is a complicated process. He said it's not a black and white answer. There's a lot of issues with me getting cleared by WWE. They have a very strict protocol, which is a good thing, but the timeline of all that happening was not the best for me. It's an interesting situation that will develop.
Yeah,
so
that's,
a lot to take in there. Trailbound and I were talking on Twitter before. It's an interesting, turn of events for him to say this, but it certainly makes me feel like he is ready to come back. We've heard him say it before, but this really, truly, lets us know as fans that he's ready to return to the ring. He's hinted at it. He's made little, jokes and whatnot. This right here says, I'm better. I want to come back. I want to fight. We've seen it speculated that Daniel Bryan would take on Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. Then we've even heard that they would tag together. Makes good sense for them to face off with each other with everything that they're building on now. I don't know though.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm really worried about getting our hopes up on this and then there's no payoff. I almost wish they'd just come out and say hey, it's not going to be what this is like going into the Star Wars movie and thinking you're going to see something different and then you don't. It's like, if you think you're going to see Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, I just don't believe that's going to happen based on his interviews on ESPN and what he said and the head injuries and the trauma and what WWE's been through and what they do with concussion protocol now. And Corey Graves can't wrestle anymore because of it. So, and I think with Graves though, I think a doctor said you shouldn't do this. I think that's the one difference. And let's play this donation. We got MC Mikey, Jim Cornette and JD going to run a train on one of his cats. God damn it, WC. I don't know why I say MC. I want it to be like 1988, 87. I want to be the MC. Yo, I want to be the MC. MC Hammer Dick. Let's see here. So MC, thanks for the $1, man. And looks like D Moon's about to chime in. So we'll see what D Moon has to say here, and maybe throw on some alerts. I don't know. To be honest, we'll probably talk a little bit about WWE again, and we'll continue on some of that. We'll take some of your phone calls. And we'll get out of here, and I'll pass out for about 3 hours getting ready for Wrestle Kingdom. Let's see what D Moon's got. Bring it on, D Moon, you sexy bag of turds. I love you, D. Shit bomb.
Hey guys, looking forward to Wrestle Kingdom tonight. Do you guys think Omega leaves Japan after this, or does he stay another year?
It would be weird for him to end. D Moon, thanks, man. This is what everybody's been thinking about this. It would be weird for Omega to leave New Japan after losing to Jericho. Feels like this is like a feud or something, or it feels like he would lose more to like Okada. Like he would leave putting over somebody who's in New Japan, unless Jericho is staying in New Japan, and we don't know about that yet. But
yeah, absolutely.
So that's really interesting to me. I would think that you would have, if Kenny Omega would be to leave again. This came up last year, and then he had to go do that Wrestling Observer show and say, hey, don't get disappointed. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be there.
Time.
Broken Lion says, I'm probably the only one, but I don't want to see Daniel Bryan wrestle because I don't want to see it get worse for him before cock. He says, hashtag cock. Thank you, Broken Lion. I think Kenny Omega is just going to stay. Why would you leave? Why would you go to?
I don't see him leaving. He's in the top spot. He's one of the most revered wrestlers outside of WWE. He is the penultimate superstar. Why would he leave that position?
I wouldn't want to leave. I'd be like, you know what? I'm staying in fucking New Japan. I'm staying where things are good.
Financially, he's flooded with money. I'm sure the Japanese poontang is flooding just as well. What reason does he have to leave? Honestly, he's got it made. If you're the golden boy of a company, why would you want to take off?
Well, I mean, and you could make an argument about Okada being that, but I mean, they're both really.
I'm sure you could too. I mean, Okada's
like
just
the best. Like, I mean, yeah.
Man, he's the Omega's the U.S. ambassador to New Japan, if you ask me.
Yeah, like
how it works.
Omega's like their Shinsuke now. You know what I mean? Except for they have more. They do better with their Shinsuke. I mean, our Shinsuke was great in NXT, but he's not so good
floundered
anymore.
off afterwards. I mean, we didn't even see him on SmackDown, and sadly, I didn't even realize that when we were doing the review. No Bobby Roode, no Ty Dillinger. I mean, we're used to not seeing Ty Dillinger. He's the fucking dark match. Anyways,
I call them the big three, the ones that I'm interested in, like Bobby Roode, Ty, and like you said, Shinsuke, the guys that all came up. And yeah, they're just like, oh, they're not here.
Week after week, they're not on fucking TV.
That SmackDown.
What are you?
And remember that SmackDown was so empty feeling in a way too. Like, that was it. Man, it is.
They spent so much time focusing on Shane, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, and that angle. And yet, I think that you pointed out earlier, and that's a great point. I mean, when you really go back, that is a multi-layered, ambiguous, storyline. And yet there's no payoff because I really, truly do not believe Daniel Bryan's going to be cleared to come back. If we knew without a shadow of a doubt that he'd be coming back for Mania, if they let it slip, if he said, oh no, I'm, a nink.
Honestly, if he hadn't done that ESPN interview and they hadn't mentioned his head a bunch, like, I mean, I definitely could believe it.
Exactly. But I'm with you there. I just don't see it happening. And I wish so badly it wasn't, that wasn't the case, but I just I can't find myself delving into this. I don't care. I don't find it interesting at all. I don't care that Shane McMahon's trying to screw over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm done with it. After Hell in a Cell, I was done with it. I saw Kevin Owens beat Shane McMahon. What more is there to do?
Yeah, maybe I'm an asshole, but I'm the same way. I'm just kind of looking at like, okay, let's get to whatever this is going to be. It hasn't
what's
going to
come next from it if we're not going to get any real, payoff. We saw Kevin Owens attack Vince McMahon. We saw him, what is it?
And so what if he goes in someone's corner, right? Like if it's like, I'm in this team's corner, you're in that team's corner, or Shane has a partner. It's like, so what? If Daniel Bryan's on the outside watching, I mean, like, I just don't care.
Exactly. Shane could have Triple H team up with him for Christ's sakes, and we could see Triple H versus Kevin Owens, in that regard. It'd be cool, but I still wouldn't be ultimately excited for it just because we already saw Shane lose to Owens. Like, what do you get from this? What, unless they made like some really great stipulation, but we saw them attack each other for weeks. We saw them, they fired Owens. They went through all these different scenarios, and we did all this. You blew your load too quick. What else is there to do? So knowing that, he's probably not coming back, there's just no real, interesting point for me at this time. There's nothing to grab me for it.
Gorilla Strong throws a $2 super chat at me and says, "Where was Charlotte's belt? Love you guys." Yeah, that was weird. She came out the other day with the robe on, huh? And no belt on?
No belt with the robe. And Becky Lynch came back. It didn't seem like she got a great ovation on TV. I know a few people sent me videos of them there live, and they went nuts for her. But
I don't know, man. That felt odd. It was like they all got the hell beat out of them the week before or whatever. And again, it just felt odd. It felt like they were trying to be like, look at this amazing, look who's, like, I've got someone who want, like, blah, and I'm like, oh my God, is someone coming back? Is there someone we don't know about? And then it just, Naomi, and it was like, okay, Naomi's here every week. Why does this sound like it's supposed to be special? And then I said to myself, oh, and the third person's Becky. Like, it wasn't even like I guessed that right, or I'm surprised.
She wasn't gone long enough to make it.
She wasn't gone long. They treated it like
special.
Becky just came. They treated it like Becky Lynch came back from a 6-month injury.
Like
that's
she's
what
been
it was
gone
like
for a year. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, wow, Becky's here, and then they all like, hold, and then she came out like, wow, and it was like, it's not really that amazing.
Has it even been a month?
No,
I mean, honestly, like
it doesn't feel like it's been that long. And all that. And here's the other thing. All last week, I read about her performing in house shows, and I went, oh yeah, Becky's back. So guess what? I was spoiled on it, and most people were. Most people who cared heard about it somehow, or even WWE.com was saying it. So it's like, okay, oh, Becky's back. So you already did that. So anybody
their
who saw
Twitter
the
and
spoilers,
their Instagram showed pictures, and their Snapchat, they showed her wrestling. So you spoiled it to your audience.
So you try to make it sound like, wow, Becky's back. Wow. But for the last week and a half, I think, we've been looking at her on house shows, and the first thing I said was a week ago, it said Becky Lynch wrestles house show, da-da-da. I go, oh, Becky's back. She'll probably be back next week or be back a couple weeks.
And at that point, she was only gone for 2 weeks, 3 weeks max.
And then she comes out the other night, and I'm like, why is this supposed to amaze me? Why am I supposed to care? I hope the Riot Squad beats the shit out of them. Like, I mean, like, I was like, I hope the Riot Squad wins.
Gives her another abortion with the door, you know? It's like, oh, God. It just...
I like Ruby Riot's fucking fisher
shit
nose,
bomb.
but that's about it. Here's a shit
Last
bomb.
donation before you guys get out of here.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Have a kick-ass night and hope you guys had a great New Year's. Tranquilo.
Thank you very much, D-Moon.
Hell yeah, bud.
Thanks for becoming a $5 D-Moon shit bomb. And yeah, I do look purple tonight. I think I white balanced this camera wrong. I white balanced it with the blue background, so my face is blue.
It's better than being green.
But check it out. If you bought WWE stock, you're in the fucking money, bro. I got the photo. I got the picture right here. Take a look at this fucking shit. Let me see if I can get this up here. Let me make sure I'm not fucking... Did I fucking do something wrong? Let me try to zoom in. Oh, fuck. I fucked it up.
What's up, guys?
What's up,
Is it true
well
Chris
represented?
Jericho is dedicating tonight's match to Chris Benoit?
Yep.
Also, Cronin, please check your messenger for a sound clip.
Thank you, well represented, for the 20 bits. I'll look at that. We got... This is the WWE stock, man. Take a look at that. When you're doing shit right, baby. Now, I bought this stock all the way on the left side when it was at $10. And you can see how it went up and down and up and down and up and down. I recommend to anybody that owns WWE stock, if WWE stock ever drops, like drops down to fucking 10, 11, or 12, I would 100% buy the stock because it will go back up again. It has gone up and down like this for like the last 4 years. Like up to $20, up to 25, up to 30. And man, if you were rich and you could buy a lot of WWE stock, I'd buy it when it was at like $12. If it ever goes back down to $12, because it definitely would go back up. It just always goes up and down. It's such a volatile stock. But the stock for WWE is doing really well right now. Look at that thing.
What is it at right now?
$33.
Wow.
Holy shit balls.
That's impressive for them. I mean, that's the thing, too. Like, as much as the fans aren't happy and the viewership is quite down, financially, they're doing fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean...
They're making more revenue than they have in quite a while, as so they're reporting anyway.
I bought what was it? I bought 50 shares 2 years ago, and I sold my WWE stock at $18, and I made a little chunk. That was a year and a half ago. I sold it, so I only have one stock now. I only have one WWE stock, and I only kept it just to have it and just to watch what it does, to see what their stocks are doing. I just felt like keeping one, and so I did.
Just say I'm a shareholder.
Yeah, and I can say I'm a shareholder. I own a part of the WWE. I'm a fucking owner. I own the WWE. I own a part of the WWE. I can say whatever the fuck I want because I own a part of the WWE. God damn it! In fact, they send me those letters to come to meetings because I own one share. No, I don't. They don't do that. just the proxy voting. But no. So, I mean, the stock, and it's been up and down. So it always is volatile. It's very weird. But you know, imagine somebody with like 100, like if you had $100,000 and you put money in the WWE stocks, if you bought 20,000 shares of WWE stock back when it was $9, and that would have cost you $180,000.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, like that's crazy, because what did I say, 20,000? Yeah, 20. So then if you times that by what, $22, like wow, like you fucking now you're $500,000.
Exactly. Forget WWE stock and stocks in general. A friend of mine's big into cryptocurrency and Litecoin and Bitcoin and all those types of things, and he's been investing into all different types of like alternative to Bitcoin, and he went and made $15,000 today profit.
Wow.
Just on the sale of one investment from $500.
Jesus.
he bought $500 versus I forget the name of the coin. They all have weird name. It was like Hexta coin or something like that. He's like, oh, I'm going to buy you 50 coins. And out of the 50 coins, I ended up getting $500 from the initial batch. I'm like, oh, cool. That's not bad. So he reinvested it for me. I don't know what it's up to now, but hey, it's working out. And that was like a little birthday present to me.
If anybody had bought Bitcoin, like it's crazy right now.
It was down to, starting Bitcoin, people were getting pennies, and 3 cents and $3, and now it's up to, almost 20 grand at times.
My problem was I never had money. I never had the capital to invest it. I won the fucking stock market game in middle school, and I never had the money to invest. So like, honestly, once anybody out there, once you get a chunk of money, like what you can do is you can put it in there and you can make it back, or you can go the hard way, having to put in a little bit to try to make a little bit more. Like when I had $300 that I put into the stock market. I had $300 that I saved up for months 3 years ago, and I put it in the stock market, and it was such a little amount, and I never put in money because I never want to lose money because I need money because I don't have a lot of money. So, I have $2,000 now. And that wasn't off just a 401k or an investor advice. That was me. And the thing is, I bought like 1,000 shares of this penny stock, and I said I think that this is going to be the penny stock that goes up because their energy. They started opening up a couple energy shops in America and Canada, which they just opened up after being really successful in Japan and making a lot of money. So I was like, ooh, like they're going to do really well probably in the U.S. and Canada, and they're starting low because their company's dividing or whatever. So I bought them. I saw them going up and up like 7 cents. They went up to 45 cents, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to invest in that. And so I did, and I only made like 30 cents per share, but I had a lot of shares, and so overall I only made like $200, right? I made $200, but a normal investor who's got money would have thrown thousands of shares of that shit. And
exactly.
And they would have made,
that's the point.
They would have made like thousands of dollars. They would have been like, oh look, in 6 months I made $10,000 off this company. But me, I'm like, oh look, I made 150 because I don't have the buying power that the rich people have. And if you are out there and you're rich, you can just keep making money. It's easy if you have a lot of money to just keep fucking making money.
Eater. So that's Pussy Eater.
Yeah.
In the chat just said penny stocks equals scams. But I mean, in the terms of crypto, it's
it's kind of true in a way.
It can be, but I mean, with the crypto stuff, the coin that he invested in, my friend, was Unix coin, and it started off at 4 cents for each coin. Each coin was only worth 4 cents.
Yeah.
Now today the coins are worth $7.27 a piece.
Yeah, it's not as.
And he sold at a high of $10. Oh, the coin's only worth $10. Yeah, but he bought it for 4 cents. So that's $9.96 for each coin.
It can be a scam. Like in the end at the very end, we may come to find out that cryptocurrencies and stuff like that are were meaningless and whatever the fuck. But hey, it's not for you if you flip it. Who gives a fuck if it ends up being meaningless or not meaningless or a scam or not a scam? If you made money off it, you made money off it. You know what I mean? This isn't a scam right here. This is no scam. This is you bought the WWE stock at $9. And then a few months later, it shot up to $30-something. So if you put in $5,000 to that, you're gonna double your money. That's not a scam. Just like the cryptocurrency, might not be if you flip it the right way.
Yeah.
So just heads up out there on that. I will open up the phone lines. We're getting ready for Wrestle Kingdom 12. It's gonna be fucking nuts. Way.
Speaking of a big event, Raw 25th anniversary. Both Jim Ross, he confirmed today that he and Jerry the King Lawler will be there at the 25th anniversary in New York City. So that's cool to hear. I thought they were confirmed initially, but I guess it wasn't announced officially until today by Jim Ross on Twitter. So
yeah, they had said that originally, I thought, and then I forgot about it. In fact, I think Jim Ross told me that or something. He might have told me that in my interview with him.
Yeah. Also announced today is that with that Facebook Mixed Match Challenge, we're going to see Bobby Roode and Charlotte teaming together.
Really?
So that's quite the interesting pairing. And then we're going to see Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman be tag team partners as well.
Oh, God damn it, Jake. I can't get my stocks off the... I have my stock program is on the... I can't get it off the camera now. Get out of here.
I saw that. I was wondering what you were trying to pull up, but...
WC Mikey, I'm investing in Ken is a sack of crap coins. Wow, Jesus. He really hates him. He's like that Dan guy who wants to kill my family or whatever.
I think Mikey just likes to shit on anybody that's not you.
Okay, let me get my fucking get off my screen.
There we go.
I accidentally clicked on the program and opened the whole fucking thing up because I wanted to show it to you, and it took forever to open, and then it did open. Anyway, let me get it out of there.
So Charlotte Flair and Bobby Roode are going to be teaming up, and the other team announced today was Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss. They were trying to have Nia Jax and Braun Strowman, be like Team Monster, I guess. But Nia Jax had tweeted that she wasn't happy that Alexa Bliss got teamed up with Braun instead. And I guess Nia was also talking about Alexa Bliss's upcoming wedding, complaining about that, and that was causing a little bit of tension between the two. I don't know. I don't get into that kind of drama stuff, but I didn't know if that was total diva stuff or actual legitimate issues. Either way,
I hate. That's why I hate Total Divas.
Stand that shit.
That's why I hate Total Divas. Because it's like I'm always like, are they gonna do this because of Total Divas? I don't know. Oh, by the way, real quick, someone just mentioned Aurora Weed Company in the chat. Should I invest in Aurora Weed Company? So the fact of the matter is, you should have already invested in all the weed companies. Like, you should have already done it. But this is really late in the game. It's just like Bitcoin. You already should be in the weed, but it's still not too late. It's still not too late because there's multiple marijuana companies, cannabis companies that are now have stocks at $45 a share, $50 a share. And I can remember, it's weird, I was looking up this one company a year ago. The stocks were 45 cents a share. 45 cents. It's 1 year later.
Oh, we were talking about this. Yeah.
$55. Okay, yes, it's not too late to do that. Look at this. Where is it? Oh, let me pull it up real quick. I know this isn't a show about the fucking stock market, but where's my chart? Why isn't it coming up? Why can't my chart come up? Why can't we make this chart come up? Why can't it be bigger? Why do I have to look at this? Okay, United Cannabis Corp. That's a big one for me. Why the fuck can't I? Jake, I'm gonna kill this program. I'm gonna break this program. I'm gonna punch this fucking program in the face. Okay, this might be it. Okay, here it is. I think. Is this it? No. Okay, yeah, here it is. Look at this company, CNAB, United Cannabis Corp. I bought. Shit, how much stock do I? Well, again, like I said, I'm not rich, so I didn't buy a lot of stock. I just wanted to buy. I just was getting into this, so I think I bought. What was it?
Just stack up your portfolio.
I used to
Thinking
have
about
more.
The future.
I bought like 300 shares of it, right, at a low price, and now look at this. This is United Cannabis Corp, and I bought it at. I think I bought it around down here, around like 48 cents, like maybe like when it was like around here somewhere. And this is 3 months now, and look at it; it's up around $2. So if you'd bought like thousands of shares of this, and now it's up at $2, you'd probably sell. But this is going to go up again.
Yeah, so you figure you spend $150 roughly, and now you're up to $600 in profit. So I mean, that's not a bad overhaul.
Yeah, this is closing at 209 now. So it's like, dude, this is one of the many cannabis things, and this is showing promise. And this is one of the I bought 5.
You want to see my dick? I'll take my dick out right now.
Oh God, here comes Sean's View.
Entertainment. And you want to see
Sean's View is going to tell me how to invest.
Do you want to see my dick? I will show you my penis. I'm Sean's View. Don't screw with me, or else I'll show you my pee-pee. Do you want to see my dick? Do you want to see my dick?
Call me crazy, but Naito was a lot like Roman, shoved down everyone's throat. Roman needs the booking of Naito, and maybe fans would appreciate him. I watched Naito's history in NJPW, and it's literally Roman but done right.
Wow, that's a great point, Goon. I didn't think about that. Here's that stock again. Look at where it's come from.
Yeah, Goon makes a great point, because at the G1 Climax this year, Tetsuya Naito and Kenny Omega, when they faced off, that was a long match too. It was like over 40 minutes, I want to say. What a fucking classic that was. You can see definitely how he could be compared to Roman, so that's a great point. and how they booked him right. They did it right. You know, at first he was shoved down everyone's throat, and then they allowed him to be reinvented per se. So yeah, it worked.
Somebody said Cannabis Corpse. What a great metal band.
Just take out the cannibal.
Yeah, again, like I could say, if you're like new to investing out there and you don't know, just to wrap up our stock market talk, if you're new to investing out there and you don't know what to do, just look for any cannabis companies that the stocks don't cost a lot of money, and if you like can buy a couple hundred shares, you know, I mean, just be prepared to be like, you know, the more you can buy, the better. And I mean, there's always risk that you could lose your money. So just remember that whatever you put in, be prepared to lose. Don't put any money in that like, oh God, if I lost this money, my life's over. You know, don't do that. Put money in to make money first, because now, after putting in $300 over 3 years, I now have $1,900 in the stock market. So I can finagle it and move it out and whatever, and it's taken me 3 years though. But some rich kid who's got $10,000 maybe just laying around, you know, he can invest like into 5 or 6 different things the way he wants to, and like and start flipping that shit right away and making money and then spinning more, and just it never ends. I mean, that's the thing about the stock market. But weirdly, I think they say though still that like 80% of people that put money in, they lose it, or it breaks even, or they don't know what they're doing. I don't know. But anyway, back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is going to be nuts tonight, man. We're so close.
It is going to be nuts.
We are so close, man. We're going to take a phone call. We got, let's see who we got here. But yeah, just buy stock in any of the damn weed companies.
Shit bum.
Oh, we got a shit bum
I
first,
have the
yeah.
NJPW World app and I can't understand shit.
Yeah, it's hard.
Is it possible to watch it on mobile devices?
Narb Spackaho. Yeah, you can watch it on your mobile device. You should be able to. I think it emails you your password to your email. There's a little button on the top of it somewhere where you can click. It says English. So JPN, then EN or something like that, and you click on it, it converts it to English for you. You know what? Should I do it? I'm going to do a demo now. Let me try to do it now for people. Okay, so I went to... Have you ever done this, Jake? So I went to the... Let me try it. So we got New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm going on the Android, the App Store, and I'm typing in New Japan World. And then I think, okay, it's installed already. It says open. When you open it, it takes you to the website, which is weird. I go to the top and I click on English. It says sign up now, backstage access. Never miss a match. So I hit sign up. Then it says email. And I put in my email address. I say register. It says please verify your account. So now I got to go to my email to verify my account. Did you do the same thing too?
I don't have an active account now. When I had one last year at this point for this, and I remember you had to go ahead.
Oh my God, dude.
Activated.
Want to see the email you get? I'm surprised my spam filters didn't pick this up.
I can only imagine.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. Look at this fucking... It's all Japanese. Where's Ed's View? Ed's View, tell me what that says. No, it's okay. Don't tell me what it says. It's all good. It probably says fuck me. Okay, let me click on it. So I'll click on it. Oh, wow, it's all in Japanese. Translate to English. Thank you very much for using New Japan. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me click the link. It takes me to their website. I click on English. It has expired, it says. So now
now you have to go ahead and
I
put it back in.
Because I registered again, I probably have to wait for the second registry to come through. Okay, so we'll wait for the second registry to come through.
Yeah, Chance just sent us a message saying in Bitcoin in 2010 in July, it was 0.0008 cents per Bitcoin.
God damn.
Now Bitcoin's as high as $20,000 someday. So go fucking figure.
We're so close, man. We're so close. I can't wait.
Yeah. Another hour and a half off. Joe, Hector on Twitter, plus the entire chat, wants to know, who do we think is going to win Omega versus Alpha match tonight?
That's a great
Jericho
question.
and Kenny Omega. I don't think we've discussed that yet. I don't think we've, as much as the...
imagine if Bullet Club turned on Kenny and then Jericho became the new... like the leader of Bullet Club, kind of like, or something.
Believe it or not, people have speculated that. I don't
really?
see them. pulling the trigger on that. Yeah, I heard it.
That's only if that happens, then Omega's coming to the Rumble. But no, I'm going to say that Omega's going to win for sure.
I think Omega's going to win as well. How could he not? I mean, he'll still be there. It's hard to envision him not winning when, you know, he'll be there tomorrow. You know, Jericho is just a special attraction. I think it'll be an amazing match regardless, but I can't fathom Jericho walking away the victor. Yeah. They have done screwier finishes before, though, so, I mean, anything's possible. Yeah, Null Death even said that's what I said, LOL. No, it was on the Squared Circle Reddit. People were talking like, oh, what are your predictions? And somebody was saying about how they thought that exact same thing you just said, that, you know, the Bullet Club turns on Kenny, and you see the Young Bucks, you know, you get that double super kick.
They're always turning on the person, too. It's the funniest thing. It's like, don't these leaders see what's going to come? Don't they see what's going to happen? How did Adam Cole not know this was going to happen? Jeff Jarrett fucking did it, too, didn't he? Like, how many times? They've all done it to AJ.
How many times? Yeah, too many.
Like, how many more times can the same thing happen in Bullet Club?
I guarantee we'll see it again at some point. You know, they at least a few more. I mean, look at when Marty Scurll took over. So
yeah, I mean, I really just I was thinking
with
about
Adam
yesterday.
Cole, you know,
I was thinking about yesterday. I was just like, man, imagine if fucking Jericho became in the Bullet Club and he took out Kenny, and that was Kenny's. You know, it was almost like, you know, they swapped. You know, Jericho went to New Japan, Kenny went to WWE, but that ain't gonna happen again. Like I just see, like you said, I think it's just Omega's going to win, and Omega's going to win tonight. I think Okada's even going to win still. I know it seems really predictable in a way.
It does, but I think you'll get such great matches that it won't matter, that you know the outcome. See, that's one of the problems WWE has, too, when they bring in, you know, returning guests or outside stars. They let them win. And then you have, you know, like when The Rock beat John Cena at WrestleMania. You know, John Cena was there the next night. The Rock's gone for another year. Things like that. You know, it's hard when you have Floyd Mayweather come in and knock out Big Show. You know, Big Show's going to be there the next day. Now he looks like chump change shit because you allowed somebody outside of the company. When you had the guy that played the wrestler, the actor there. What's his name? Mickey Rourke? Yeah. And he knocked out Jericho in the ring. Of course, they didn't have a match, but he gave him that, you know, jaw punch. Things like that. Like, it's just, it's you have to be really careful with it. Like, the Mike Tyson thing made sense. It fit with the Stone Cold character, the double cross.
Right.
So that worked when he hits, you know, Shawn Michaels. But other times when they do these type of things, you know, you really got to be careful.
Dude, I just can't get signed up for this shit. Like, this is enraging. Like,
a lot of people have said they've had an issue with it. And once you get the email to confirm, you're supposed to be able to go back in, confirm your account. Once you confirm your account, then you have to go and sign onto the app on your phone. When you sign in the app on your phone, it'll take you back to the website. You have to reconfirm, and then the app will allow you to watch it on the app.
Dude, it's not sending me. It's not sending me the confirmation. It sent me one, and I hit it again because I didn't get it. So I think that was the first one. Because when I go to it, it says expired, and it's like I was just here though. Like, why can't I just
you have to get
pay
another
money?
Confirmation.
Why can't I just... It's like, I just want to pay for your thing.
Plus, they're also having a bit of a slowdown with a lot of people signing into the app now.
I can't get into this. I can't get the app to work. I can't get the website to work.
Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Not what they need right now. Speaking of subscription service, WWE removed content from the network. Previously, they took down, you know, Unfiltered with Renee Young, some episodes, Legends with JBL, Bring It to the Table, as well as other certain collections. Now they went ahead. I guess they took down Gravest Matches Ever, the Cruiserweight Anthology, and the Randy Orton DVD Apex Predator.
Why? Why would they do that?
I don't know. It used to be where a direct link would bring you to these matches or shows as well, but now that no longer works. Certain matches that were taken away was Shotgun Saturday Night, Velocity, and as well as a rare Tiger Mask match. We don't know the reason for the removals, it says here. This is from Sportskeeda. It's not a technical error. It could just be the lack of popularity of these collections, but they like to regulate their content all the time, so... But still, anytime they take away content, it's not a good thing. So,
you know, well, I'm gonna save this for Corrupted, but I've got a big thing to talk about with my buddy Jeremy from Magic the Gathering. Have you seen what happened with him?
Yeah, with his channel and everything, and
yeah, basically the bottom line is and listen, you can, whatever political party you believe in is fine, but basically the guy came out and said he was voting for Trump, is what he said. And when he said that, all the Magic the Gathering kids, you know, they're all mostly liberal people, they basically just started attacking this guy and saying all these things. They got him banned from Magic. They got his Magic Online cards taken away that he bought with his own money. He covers Magic and was one of the biggest channels that covered Magic. So recently,
it shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed to take away something that you paid for.
Yeah.
You know, digital access.
And he said, you know, he'd win in court, but it's not worth it. But you know, so basically, what happened the other day is his channel got taken down. It was a big, massive attack because
it was a second strike on his channel. He was
exposing that there were pedos allegedly working for Magic as, you know, people that judges. And it's like, why is he banned from Magic? Because he said something mean to someone on Twitter. He just said kind of something mean on Twitter, and he's banned from this game, and he got completely attacked. And it was like, why would you get attacked for that? And meanwhile, there's like pedos and child pornographers and stuff, who are predators who have worked there, and if they don't work as a judge at Magic the Gathering anymore, they still have their ability to play online. And you say, well, big whoop, what does that have to do with what they did? Well, what does him being mean to someone on Twitter have to do with Magic Online? And why would people who want to rape kids still be able to play Magic the Gathering online? But Jeremy here, who his only crime really is, you know, just criticizing somebody on Twitter, basically being
speaking
a little bit
his mind,
being a bit trolly, you know what I mean, saying anything different than I would say. That, and it sets a precedent now that any gaming company like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or Halo or Call of Duty, if you do something that online, like you're mean to someone, you say like, hey, I think you look like shit, and then everyone attacks you and says ban this guy, you can become banned from a game. And he paid.
Yeah, well, that's one of my worries with having a digital collection on Xbox, because, you know, back in the day when we used to play Halo, you and I were reminiscing last night. How many times did you send somebody a message after you went ahead and kicked their ass, calling them, you know, pussy or, you know, fag,
get
or,
raped.
oh, look at you, mama's boy, I killed you and screwed your mom. You know, all this stupid trash talk. I used to go back and forth with messages. People used to send me pictures of their balls because they would hear Courtney playing with me. They'd be like, oh yeah, look at my balls. Here, send this to your girlfriend. You know, it was ridiculous, but it was part of the, you know, part of the gaming culture at that point in time. Well, now, literally, if you go ahead and you send somebody a message, they don't even need to have anything questioned, nothing.
Yeah.
I report the message to Xbox, and then you get terminated.
Yeah.
You get a suspension first. It's 48 hours, 1 month, and then you're terminated. But if you get your Xbox Live account terminated, you lose access to every digital game you have.
Yeah. And
so even if you spent thousands of dollars amassing this digital library, every game you have, you no longer can play. And because you called someone a fag in a message.
It's true that private businesses can do whatever they want. Like, it is true that Wizards can do whatever they want. But the fact that they come out and say, well, the integrity of our game, it means a lot to us. But then all these other things are going on. And none of these people get outraged about the pedo stuff. Oh, sure, none of us are going to get mad about the pedo stuff. But they're all mad at this guy because they just don't like him. And it's like, man, that's kind of sick, because these are the people that talk about inclusiveness and everybody getting along and stuff, and they're the sickest people out there, and it's fucked up, bro, and it sets an ugly precedent. So just anyone needs to know that if you put money digitally into something, you could be just fucking blackballed just because. And yeah, it's true that the businesses can do whatever they want, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna quit Magic, because I'm never playing Magic again. I hate that fucking company now. I hate Wizards. I hate Hasbro. Hasbro and Wizards apparently like fucking child rape. So I'm not fucking getting involved in Hasbro and fucking Wizards of the Coast and MTG. I'm never playing Magic Online again, because they like little kids getting fucked over fucking some guy saying, hey, shithead, on Twitter. So you know,
exactly. And somebody trying to stand up.
Oh no, that guy voted for Trump, so let's kick him out of our game. Oh, that guy wants to diddle a kid. Well, whatever. That's what they basically said. So,
and PlayStation does the same too. Sony as well as Xbox does the same thing. So if you lose your digital license, on your account, your entire account is unable to play any game. So
it's
not just that's Xbox for libtards. And Twitch, they do it.
It was the Wild West though, Jake. Remember like the Xbox camera? Like you said, I used to get pictures too, like people like jerking off and stuff. And I'm sure legally you could like probably go out be like, hey, someone sent me like nudity and stuff. Like, I mean, but nobody did that. It was just funny. It was like, oh, whatever. And I get that's too far probably, but I mean, like, sending messages like "eat shit, asshole." Like, I think that's hilarious. Like, who cares?
Sending. I can understand if you proved like someone was outright
stalking you, like like
really
making multiple names and going after you.
An actual threat.
Yeah.
But it used to be where your Xbox could be console banned, so you couldn't go on Xbox Live, but you still had access to your games. Now, because you need your gamer tag for that account, if you go ahead and you lose that gamer tag, that's it, and there's no way to rectify it. They just tell you to eat shit. So
I keep doing that. This is all talk that's supposed to happen on Corrupted, guys. So I'm sorry, but I mean, like,
we're giving you a little bit of bonus.
WWE news was weak, and we're just excited for Wrestle Kingdom to happen. But if you guys want more of this talk that me and Jake are going into about all these other topics that aren't wrestling, then definitely go subscribe to my free. It's free to subscribe to YouTube.com/Corrupted Podcast. Go sub to the Corrupted Podcast.
You also have Matt Castle coming up soon, so
yeah, that's gonna be weird. 856, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing?
Kenny Omega. No, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I know it's gonna stink when your like house gets buried with snow. We're gonna get a nor'easter here in New Jersey, so I sort of feel what you're going through, but I guess it's not as bad as 18 inches.
Well, I mean.
Like the worst.
If just saying, if anybody wonders if I disappear on Thursday, I mean,
if you become a Josicle,
I just know that if we don't have monetized this on Friday night, I'm gonna lose, we're gonna lose a lot of money here. So we're gonna lose a lot of fun. We're gonna not be able to figure out who's gonna win the next fucking point. I mean, so I hope the power doesn't go out for monetize this.
But enough about the pressing weather. It's like I'm so excited about Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, because I'm not normally into New Japan Pro Wrestling, because I don't always get to watch it, but when I do see it, it's usually I only see the highlights.
Right.
But I'm really excited with this. I think Jericho actually might beat Kenny, sort of like how what you guys were talking about earlier. Enjoying the Bullet Club, and maybe I don't know, because I don't think Kenny's leaving anytime soon. I think they want to have another match with Kenny and Okada for the IWGP Championship, and then Kenny will finally beat Okada for the belt, and then Dave Meltzer will jizz all over his face because it's just a fucking match, and then he'll say it's a 6 out of 5 before the match even comes out.
He'll say it's a 69. Yeah, if this is your first Wrestle Kingdom, anybody out there, this is going to be awesome. I think Wrestle Kingdom 9 was the first one I watched live, and it was great. So, I mean, this is going to be a night, man. I think we're all going to love it. 856, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate that shit. Jake, you got anything else you want to add, man? I mean, I think I want to fucking, wrap this thing up and get going towards trying to get this goddamn app to work. Did I mute you?
It muted me. There we go. Fucking Skype.
Oh, okay. That happened to you earlier because people were like, Jake's gone.
He's not talking. What happens is I have Skype up on the screen so I can keep an eye on the chat too. And every now and again the window will close, so I have to reopen Skype. And I'll mute myself in the background. It just doesn't want to load. So yeah.
I got you.
You're not talking. Well, I clicked on mute, but it froze. So one more thing. Awandi tweeted us before, early on in the night when we started the show, and he posted an image that was up on a Arabic WWE site that shows a promo picture for Elimination Chamber, and Braun Strowman is front and center with the title, the Universal Championship in hand. You see Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Cesaro, and Big Cass in the Elimination Chamber.
Oh.
So that would mean that Braun beats KANE to take the Universal title at the Royal Rumble?
Oh my god.
Right? If that's true. Not saying it is, just speculating here, but Awandi tweeted it to both of us if you want to pull up that image, but
oh man, that'd be so weird.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I don't know quite how I feel about that, but
that is weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Braun become champion. I would have liked to have seen him
shit bomb
months ago when they had their one-on-one instead of getting one F5 6 minutes in.
Their opposition in the arena of ideas, they resort to any technique to take away the forum.
Yeah, Abel Salas Jr., you're right about that. Seems like that. I mean, I could criticize the right and the left all day to keep it even. Abel Salas Jr. But yeah, it seems that they shut down that
people just don't want to hear a response, so they remove your platform, and that's the God's honest truth, like you said. You know, that's what happens.
I don't want to remove anybody's platform. I don't want to remove anybody that even hates me. I don't want to remove people that don't like me. Why are there so many people out there that like want to like maliciously hurt somebody's voice or stop somebody from speaking and stuff? Why do these people in the Magic community, you know, they're little nerdy boys, you know, they voted, you know, oh, you voted for Trump, so now we're going to attack you. It's like, why? Like, you know, I mean, why would you silence somebody? Like, why not? Why would you want to be not fair to people? Like, I don't get it. And over in a game, like, what the fuck? That's weird. I don't like many of the things that this guy believes in, but who cares? Like, let everybody speak. If you don't let everybody speak, you're a fucking Nazi. So
exactly.
I don't understand that. I don't want anyone's shit silenced ever, because if you can't handle it, then fucking go the fuck home or whatever. I don't know. Get off Twitter. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody's telling you that, you know, they're gonna come, like, you know, annihilate you at night or something over and over again or something, like, I mean, I guess there's stuff to be argued about there, but what the fuck? I mean, I don't know.
And that's the thing nowadays. I hate how you can't speak your mind or voice your opinion without, oh, you're doing this for this reason. Like, you have to have an agenda behind it, you know, or you immediately get labeled as a leftist, or you're a social justice warrior, or you're, you know, the simple thing when I criticize JD with stuff. Oh, you're just trying to be an anti-bullying social justice warrior. You're trying to. No, I disagreed with something. I voiced my opinion. That's all there was to it.
Well,
you know,
yeah, because everybody has to be in a label now. It's like with Star Wars.
Exactly.
Dude, look at my Star Wars review on Corrupted Podcast.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Dude, it's hilarious because some people in the chat down below, they're calling me, I got called almost like every different thing. I basically shit on the movie in that review, right? And I got, some people were like, oh, you must be one of those Trump supporters who doesn't like the movie because it has women in it. And it's like, what? But then another person said that because I said I kind of like Rey in The Force Awakens, that I am a liberal scumbag.
And someone else said you were a feminist, and
yeah, I mean, like, what the fuck? Go read the comments of my. I'm gonna do a whole video on the comments of my Star Wars video, because it's like, which one is it? Like, what part of these videos did you guys cherry pick so that you're all snowflakes, because they all wanted to cherry pick their agenda to be like, oh, like they didn't hear the perfect thing. Well, of course you didn't, because I had multiple different layers to my ideas and feelings about the movie, and now I have even more layers to my feelings about the movie. So you can't classify me, because I'm not a liberal and I'm not a Republican. I'm my own person. I actually have this fucking moron thing I do. It's called thinking. George Carlin. But so it's just, and I'm always changing my mind too. Like, 1 minute you can have an opinion, and then after a little while you could be like, you know what? After I thought about it, now I think this maybe. But if you're just like, no, this is this, and you're fucking fuck, like, then you're a psycho. So, let's take 832's call. He might want to talk about New Japan tonight. Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho. I got a chubby for it. 832, what's up? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm so ready, bro. I'm staying up, fucking licking Vince's pubic hairs and fucking waiting.
Jesus, I wouldn't even want to talk about Vince McMahon tonight.
Yeah, fuck him. But anyways, honestly, I think Jericho's gonna win. And I think Jericho's going to win. Then he grabs the mic and he says, we do it on my turf now, and that turf is WrestleMania. Hopefully, I don't fucking know. We never know. No way.
They're not going to let him do that. They're trying to compete with the WWE, though. There's no way.
Yeah, true. But I got a question for you. Have you heard about all these wrestling fans giving Chris Jericho shit for...
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, the Benoit thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he tweeted out a picture of him and Benoit, like, with a couple of fucking...
And Eddie Guerrero.
And they were all holding nooses and knives. And it's really weird. It really is weird. No, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen.
They make it sound like he put up a picture of Benoit choking out his son. You know, that's not at all.
Yeah, and here it is right here.
Can you hear this?
Can you hear this?
I have got a butcher knife today. He's got a noose on his hands, we're gay. And we will kill you all and break your balls. I'll shoot you and stab you and choke you to death.
And I'm coming inside of your wife, and I will jizz inside your grandma's balls. I'm just pumped up. I'm ready to go. Come on! Let's go! I'm sorry. I have gone to another planet. I am full on fucking Mark mode right now. I am full on Mark mode. I got a big fucking giant goddamn Okada in my pants right now, Jake. I've got an Okada in my fucking pants.
Oh, it's better be hard.
Oh.
So I know Dave25 just asked in the chat again. You go to njpwworld.com. Up at top, you'll see it says JP, or right underneath it says EN. You click on that, it'll translate it to English. From there, you click on sign up. It'll ask you to enter your email.
Okay.
Once you enter your email, they'll send you an email to register for you to pay the 999 yen. You can pay with PayPal or a credit card.
Click on this English button right here. This English button will change it for you right there.
Yep. Once you click sign in, like I said, register with your email.
Oh, wait, real quick, Jake. Anybody who has VR, like Google glasses or porn, like those VR gears or Google, whatever the fuck they are, the virtual reality headsets. Man, VR porn up here. Look at this, 4K 3D. You got to get on that website, man. You will jack yourself off, bro. Just wanted to show everybody that.
I've got those goggles too. I got to try that out.
I remember that link is still up on there from the night we were looking up those things. We were looking up virtual reality porn sites, and we found that one, and that's the one we were looking at. This is from like 7 months ago.
Yeah, it was a while back.
And I was doing it on audio or something, and so then I left it up on the screen, and it's been sitting there for like 7 months. So every time I come on my computer, I see this VR porn thing, and I'm like, and I've had videos where like I'm doing a video and like it's in it, and I'm like, I don't care, like I don't even fucking care, like I just leave it in there. Like there's your free advertisement, guys. I showed it to Leo. Leo was like, wow, it's like he's really sucking your dick. It's crazy.
He's right in your face.
So I mean, I want to get out of here, man, because I want to go figure this out, and I want to watch this shit. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I will have a New Japan.
Go.
I don't know if I'll be able to do it tonight or live in the morning. I don't know. I'm gonna maybe, but I got to get ready for this winter shit too. I mean, I'm gonna be out there shoveling like a fuck. It's gonna be crazy. So I'll just tell you guys that I am gonna do a review of it. I just don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or later, or right after it happens. Depends on how wired and fucked up I am. You know what I mean?
Now, let's say that there was this guy on YouTube. His name was Schmo Blonin Joe, and he had his own show, and he had a co-host named Make Marco, right?
Yeah.
And he went ahead and he found a proper functioning link to this.
Yeah.
If he happens to find one, you might just happen to ask him on Twitter. I'll see. But for people that didn't sign up like last time, I doubt it, though. I guess they were trying to really censor it big time this year with illegal streaming. So anybody looking for that, I highly doubt you're going to find what you're looking for. Your best bet really is to sign up and just pay the $11 or wait till the 6th with Access TV.
Yeah.
If you want to see it live, you know, that your best bet is to go through the app. So,
I mean, I wish the Fightful app had it.
Yeah, that would be great.
I yelled at Sean Ross Sapp on Twitter. I was like, where is this fucking show? Come on, Sean. Love you, Sean, if you're listening. Mr. Sean Ross. All right, we're out of here. Let's go.
Let's go see Jericho.
I'm tired as fuck, though. That's the thing. I might take a nap right before it happens.
I'm right there with you.
Fucking
Let's cuddle.
damn it. All right, guys, we're really going to go this time. Enjoy New Japan tonight. We'll be back next week with an Out of Nowhere, hopefully that is more structured around WWE rumors and bullshit like that. I will probably have my review up hopefully tomorrow at some point. Today's Wednesday, so Thursday. It'd be nice to be up there later tomorrow night. And kind of a big surprise tomorrow as well. Got a big announcement going on tomorrow about a new show. It's going to debut tomorrow night. It's going to be uploaded. You guys are going to like it. It's going to be a podcast with somebody we know. Bye.